program is brought to you in association with First National Bank of Botswana.
FNB, how can we help you?
As the world moves more and more into digitization, computing, knowledge-based and the Internet of Things, innovations that are solutions to our everyday lives are being rapidly developed. Take, for example, people who have a hard time parking their cars can now buy cars that have self-park. This is because our world is now characterized by mass automation. The accounting field has caught the bug, as it were, with cloud accounting solutions. Currently, there are various accounting software packages, QuickBooks, FreshBooks and Sage 50 to mention but a few. Loosely put, these help accountants crunch numbers instead of using pen and paper. The resultant files or folders are then stored on the computer. While a noble step in the right direction at the time, the challenge, however, now is, should the machine disappear, the files on it will disappear with it, and it is prone to manipulation. This poses a security risk for companies and heightens the risk of corporate espionage. There is, however, a zero cloud accounting solution that promises to fix all the problems that traditional accounting softwares were not able to. This is through, amongst other things, a cloud storage facility for all accounting processes. But how exactly does this new system prove to be better than its predecessors? To understand how it works, we have Anthony Quashie, who's Head of Business Process Solutions at Thornton.
Most businesses nowadays run on ICT infrastructure. So cloud-based, basically, these are platforms and tools and solutions that are off-site. This enables businesses to be able to store information, process information, as well as produce reports off-site. Off-site basically means something that is not in a fixed place. So for instance, you can do all your processing outside of the office without having to physically be there. That is basically what off-site is.
What are its merits as compared to traditional accounting?
Okay, so like I said, being off-site basically means you avoid having to invest in heavy infrastructure like servers, storage space, backups, and so forth. So obviously, compared to the traditional accounting, you do not need to invest in all those heavy infrastructural equipment. And also, one of the main advantages is that once you're connected to the internet, you are able to access your data anywhere and at any time. Now imagine having a traditional accountant where you need to be in the office to be able to invoice your customer or to be able to send supplier statements and so forth. With cloud-based accounting, you do not need to be in the office. Basically, you have your office on the go.
Just as with hard copy files, virtual storage files also get lost. So how does this new system guard against the risk of data loss?
Everything is off-site. With cloud-based accounting, you actually do not lose anything. Everything is stored somewhere in the clouds. So you do not need to safeguard against loss of information. So even if you lose, let's say, your laptop that you use for processing, your information and data is still very much safeguarded somewhere else.
Does anybody need to have any specialized skill to be able to use cloud accounting?
No, actually not. This is a very simple platform. It is cloud-based, it's internet-based. So for as long as you have any device that connects directly to the internet, you're in business. So you don't need any specialized skill as such. Obviously, if we're talking of cloud-based accounting, you would need that basic accounting knowledge for you to be able to access and use the same. So for your, let's say, your upstart young man trying to start a small business, you don't need to have much knowledge. You just set it up on the cloud and you can process your invoices, your statements, and your supplier invoices. Everything can be done online. You can process your payments directly via your bank account through cloud accounting, and then everything will be done in an instant.
What are the costs attached to all of this?
Naturally, if you want to change, like those already using traditional accounting, the obvious question is, how much is this going to cost me? Now, I'll tell you, the costs, basically, you can look at it in different ways. First, we're talking of the monetary aspect of it. Relatively, cloud accounting is cheaper than your traditional accounting. Because remember, you'd need to buy the software for traditional accounting, as well as training, as well as infrastructure like servers and so forth and so on. The second aspect of cost, basically, that people don't look at is time is money. Cloud accounting is all about being able to process anything, anytime, anywhere. So for instance, you could be very far away from your office and you get a call and if somebody wants you to send an invoice. You should be able to do that anywhere you are, so long as you have a smartphone or a smart device that connects to the internet. So you save the time from having to run from wherever you are to the office. Now that is saving time. Time is money. And then lastly, like I said, you do not need to invest in any infrastructural equipment. If you have your traditional accounting, remember you need to have, let's say for instance, a laptop or a computer. You need to have a server. You need to have people trained, people be able to access all that information. With cloud accounting, you don't need any of those. Even with a smartphone, just something as simple as a smartphone, you'll be able to process all your accounting information. So if you're able to save all of that cost, imagine the time savings, the cost savings. So when we talk of cost, let's not only look at the monetary aspect of it, but all the other aspects of it. I'll give you a real life example, for instance. A client, just after the lockdown, lost his laptop. Unfortunately, he was using a traditional accounting, and all that information was on that laptop. Now, not only has this person lost that laptop and the server, but he's lost like 5 years worth of information. So imagine if you're able to get even that laptop back, where are you going to get that information from? It's going to take time and resources for you to be able to build back that 5 years worth of information. Now with cloud-based accounting, nothing like that happens. So if the same situation had happened, this guy, all he had to do was to buy a new laptop and all his information pronto is there.